And the final one in this group of molecular studies is a study by Dr. Fon Tacer, who is at Texas Tech University, and looking specifically at MAGEL2 and its role in the adaptive stress response. So Dr. Fon Tacer is hypothesizing that MAGEL2, a gene that's lost in PWS, normally plays an important role in stress response. And by stress response here, I mean, we are talking about stress, but we're talking about also stressors like when an organism becomes sick, or when there's, not enough nutrition, those kinds of stresses. Those stresses will trigger a stress response. And Dr. Fon Tacer believes that MAGEL2 is really important in that stress response. And then in PWS, when you've lost MAGEL2, the ability of the body to respond to those stressors is decreased. So she is going to be investigating the role of MAGEL2 in the stress response along the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis, which is this pathway of stress response in the body. And she'll be looking at that under conditions of stress to understand the normal function of MAGEL2. So we're excited about this study. It's an innovative and therapeutically relevant study for both Prader-Willi syndrome and Chaff-Yang syndrome, since MAGEL2 is lost in both of those syndromes. And by understanding the normal role of MAGEL2 in mediating stress, we can potentially determine new targets for therapy. This is also a nice study because it supports a new investigator. She was with Dr. Potts, who has done some of the seminal work on MAGEL2, and now she has her own lab. So the long-term goal of this study is to provide novel insight into the MAGEL2 molecular function to discover better therapeutic avenues for both PWS and Chaff-Yang syndrome.